And the girl in the corner with the scarlet letter, while you're watching, you may think that she doesn't matter, but no one knows you better.
So hi guys, I'm Jabel Loria, and I'm here to give you the summary of chapter 10, the application layer. So we can access this application without knowing how they work. So it is important to know how an application is able to transmit and interpret messages that are sent and received across to the network. So the visualizing mechanisms that enables communication across the network is made of easier if we use the layered frame network. So the application layer is the closest to end user and interface between an application used to communicate and the underlying network over which messages are transmitted. The application layer protocols are used to exchange data between programs running on the source destination host. So there are many application layer protocols. New protocols are always being developed. The Hypertext Transport Protocol, the File Transport Protocol, the Trivial File Transport Protocol, the Internet Message Access Protocol, and the Domain Name System Protocol. So the presentation and session of the layer have three primary functions: formatting or representing data of the source device into the compatible from the recipient from the destination device, compressing data in the way that can be compressed by the destination device, encrypting data from the transmission, and decrypting data upon recipient. So some well-known graphic image format that are used the network are graphics interchange format and the joint photographic expert group JPEG and the portable network graphics format. So the session layer is between source and destination applications and exchange of the information to initiate dialogues, keep them active, and restart sessions. Next is the TCP/IP protocol layer is to control information necessary for many common internet communication functions. The application layer protocols are used of the destination devices during a communication sessions. Next is client-server model. So the client are the server processes that are considered to be application layer. The clients begin to exchange by requesting data from the server, which responds by sending one or more streams of data in the client. So, and response between clients and servers, it requires user authentication and identification of the data file to be transmitted. So the server responds by sending the request email to the client as shown in the figure. The data transferred from a client as a download. The servers, the resources are stored on the server. The client is a hardware-software combination that people use directly. The peer-to-peer network. The P2P network model involves two parts. Both parts of the similar features and the P2P network without having dedicated server every connected and devices. So one computer might assume the role of the server from the transaction. So the P2P networking is shown in the figures. In peer-to-peer exchange, both devices considered equal in the communication process. Next is peer-to-peer applications. In this model, every client is the server and every server is the client. P2P application require that each device provide user interface and run background services. So the each peer access in the index server to get location of the resources stored to another peer. Next, the common P2P applications is the Idanki G2 BitTorrent Bitcoin. So, the GNutella compatible client software allows user to connect GNutella services over the internet to locate access resources shared by GNutella peers. So many P2P application allows to share pieces of files with each at the same time. This file also contains information about the tracker computer that keep track of which the user have the files. So the client tasks for piece multiple at the same time knowledge as swarm. So the technology is called BitTorrent. There are many BitTorrent clients including BitTorrent, uTorrent, FrostWire, and the QBitTorrent. Next is the Hypertext Transport Protocol and Hypertext Markup Language. So the web browser established a connection to the service running on the server using the HTTP protocol. Next, the HTTP and HTTPS. HTTP is the request responsible protocol when a client is typically a web browser. There are three common types of the types are get, post, and put. So the get is the client requests data to send and get message to the web server to request HTML pages. The post is the web server such as from data. The put uploads resources or content to webs such as an image. So for secure communication across the internet, the HTTP secure HTTPS protocol is used authentication and encryption to use secure data as it travels between the client and the servers. So the HTTP is response and use the client request. The HTTP is encrypted with secure socket layer to transport across the network. Next is the emails protocol. The email is a store and forward method for sending, storing, and retrieve electronic message across a network. So the email and the clients can communicate with mail servers to send the received email. Mail service communicate with each other's mail server is the transport message from the domain to another. So the email support three separate protocols for operation: simple mail transport protocol, post office protocol, and IMAP. This application layer process the send mail uses SMTP. A client retrieves email however using one or two application protocols POP or IMAP. Next is the SMTP operation is contain any amount of text. The message header must be have a properly formatted recipient email address and sender address. So after the connection is made and the client attempts to send the email to the server across the connections, if the recipient is the local or forwards the message to another mail, the destination email server may not be online or must be busy when email message are sent. So the server checks the message that attempts to send them again. Next is the POP operation is used by application to retrieve mail, and this is how POP operates by default. So the TCP port 1104 client a connection request send a request to establish the TCP communication with the server, and the POP server sends a greeting. The client POP serves then exchange command and response until the connection is closed and aborted. The POP email message are download the client and remove the server. So there is centralized location where email message are kept. Next is IMAP operation is when the user connects to IMA cable server copies of the message are downloaded to the client. So the user can create a file on the server to organize the star email. That file structure is duplicate on the email client as well. Next is the domain name service. Is the were created to convert the numeric address into simple recognizable name. So the DNH protocol defines an automated service that matches resources with the name required numeric network addresses. So this message format is used for all type of client and server responses, error message, and transfer of the resource record information between the servers. Then next is the DNHS message format. Store different types of records used to resolve names. Some of the record types are A, an end device IPv4 address, NHS, an authoritative name server, AAA, an end device IPv6 address, pronounced Quad A, MXA, email exchange record. So it contracts other service of the resolved name after match and the original requesting server. The server temporarily store the numbered address in the event that the same name is requested again. So that's all the summary of chapter 10.